It's the Half Hour Wasted and Legion of Dudes podcasts. This is Jordan from Jersey with the Legion of Dudes, here with your comic reviews for the weeks of May 19th through June 3rd, 2010. Yeah, it's 3 weeks. I know I've been away. Sorry all this is so late, but I do have reviews here for all the books I've read, and let's get right into them because there is a bunch. First off, from Marvel's Cosmic line, we have Thanos Imperative Ignition and Thanos Imperative 1 of 6. This is the new mega crossover event for Marvel Cosmic. Don't worry though, there's not all these tie-ins to buy. In fact, these are the only books there are to buy. The other two books in Marvel's Cosmic line, Guardians of the Galaxy, which I love, and Nova, which I don't read, but I've heard is really, really good as well, have both been put on hiatus/canceled. Hopefully it's just hiatus until this crossover is finished. The crossover starts out in an awesome way. They're picking up back at the Vault, which was ripped open during War of Kings and all that kind of stuff. Back then we were introduced to the alternate universe Avengers, who are all evil. Well, that was an interesting introduction 6 months ago or so, and now they're back in full force and they're invading the Marvel Universe, and let me tell you, they're some awesome characters. I'm not going to spoil who's leading them, but if you're a long-time Marvel reader, this is not something you're going to want to miss. It's kind of a big deal in terms of who the alternate version is, and it's pretty cool even for me, who hasn't been reading comics for as long as this particular character has been around, or should I say hasn't been, but that's probably saying too much already. Basically, the Guardians of the Galaxy and Nova are going to have to decide with Thanos, the Avatar of Death, maybe, in our universe to fight this other universe, which they're calling the Cancerverse. It's basically where there is no death, life has taken over, and in their words, it's trying to metastasize into our universe and remove death from the picture, which isn't always a good thing. So check it out. It's really well written. You got Nova and the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's almost like those series never left, and hopefully they'll be back soon. But in the meantime, this is an awesome substitute. It's a really cool story. And the preview art for issue number 2, oh my gosh, there was some beautiful art in there, and I cannot wait to see what was really going on in some of the panels they previewed, because let's just say Galactus, and he's not even the biggest guy in the picture, so I'll leave it at that. Then we have Marvel Zombies 5, issue 3 of 5, and from the cover you might be able to tell that this takes place in medieval times, and if you think of medieval times and zombies, probably the main thing that comes to mind is the movie Army of Darkness, the third in the Evil Dead trilogy, I guess you could call it, from Sam Raimi. Awesome series of movies. If you've never seen it, it starts out a little weird and continues to get weirder, but it's worth it if you're a horror comedy fan. I'm continuing to like this series. This one, I think, was better than issue number 2. Probably still not as good as issue 1, though. Very interesting to see where they go from here. It's got Howard the Duck fighting zombies, though. That's really all you need to know. It is awesome. Then we have Deadpool Merc with a Mouth, issue 11 of 13. That's right, the series is ending in 2 more issues, but I really like where this series is going. It's also taking place in the Marvel Zombieverse, just like our last comic, although it's back in the original zombie universe and not some of these alternate dimensions that the Armor team is surfing through in Marvel Zombies. This is continuing the story that started in issue 1 of this series, really picked up in the Zombieverse a few issues ago, ending very cool. I cannot wait to see where they go. I really do enjoy this zombie-centric, single storyline, beginning-end version of Deadpool. Don't get me wrong, I really like the ongoing Deadpool, and I like them both a lot more than some of the other more singular Deadpool titles, Deadpool Core and all that kind of stuff. I really do like that this had one clear story, long form, 13 issues, and that it's sticking with it, and I really do like the way it's going. Yes, it's campy, it's over the top. I haven't liked every issue, but the last few have been pretty darn solid. Let's stay with Deadpool and go to his ongoing series. We have issue 23 here. This is the first of the books we're going to look at today that have the Heroic Age banner at the top. I really don't like it. It makes it look like a kid's book, and yes, granted, Deadpool is jumping out of a cake on the front, so weird messages all around. I just don't like the Heroic Age banner. Sorry, I like the Heroic Age, just not the banner. I actually like the Blackest Night banner over at DC much more than this one. It's just kind of weird. Hopefully it goes away soon, but hopefully the Heroic Age doesn't, because it's turning out very cool. In this issue, Deadpool goes to Las Vegas and finds an old friend, gets a robot suit, and fights a guy with a grizzly suit. For reals. Very cool. Check it out. Then we have the Amazing Spider-Man Annual, issue number 37 in a row. No, actually, they come out kind of separate throughout the years, but that's a Clerks joke. We'll skip that. I liked the art in the first story here. There's 2 stories. I didn't really care for the art in the second. The story in both was kind of forgettable. The first one was the first meeting of Captain America and Spider-Man. I'm not a huge Cap fan, so I didn't really care. It was an okay story, but whatever. And the second one was Spider-Man versus the Human Top and had an interesting Stan Lee angle, kind of meta in that. So that was fun. Otherwise, really, there's nothing you're going to miss if you skip this issue, although I really do like the cover, so that's a plus. But over in the Amazing Spider-Man issue 632, we have Shed Part 3, continuing his fight against the Lizard. In this issue, the Lizard mutates into something new. Something kind of Godzilla-looking. He's got, like, spines coming out of his neck. I really liked the way Bacalo drew the Lizard's original form. And while I don't hate how he drew the new form, I was kind of cool with the old one. Whatever. Other minor quibble, again, they change artists halfway through the issue. I hate when they do that. One of the cool things about the new status quo of Spider-Man in that it comes out 3 times a month is they can build up a lot of issues beforehand, and the arcs just kind of flow together. If you've got that much extra time, you should be able to get the art done without splicing together artists. At least I think the break between artists was better this issue than the last issue, but I wish it didn't happen at all. Either way, I'm still enjoying the story about the Lizard. He's also got a new power in addition to his new form. I like the new power more than in the new form. It's got some interesting attributes to it that remind me of the J. Michael Straczynski Spider-Man from a few years back, where there was kind of an animalistic nature, the whole spider totem. If you didn't like that, you might also not like this. I don't know. I liked that. I was kind of new to Spider-Man at the time. I thought it was a cool twist on a character who'd been around for a long time. So I also like this twist on Lizard. Not his new form so much, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, I think I'm going to split the video up here because it's already getting long. I'm going to do 2 parts. The next part, we have some really, really cool comics, so definitely come back for that. Really cool. Secret Avengers #1, folks. One of the coolest issues I've read in comic books in a while, but you're going to have to check into part 2 for that. It's the Half Hour Wasted and Legion of Dudes podcasts.